My name is Erland. I play acoustic guitar and harmonica, and I sing lead vocals for Erland.
I'm Marco Serdanov. I play electric guitar and keys for Erland.
I'm the drummer. My name's Nate Kieser.
And my name is Mike Moon. I play bass and sing for Erland.
Once again, we are Erland, and you're watching Project Greenroom.
Thank you for bringing the California sun to New York City.
Our pleasure.
Pretty cold.
Our pleasure, although it's pretty warm today.
Yeah, it's nice out.
Yeah.
So how's the tour been?
It's been great. This is our first tour as a band, and it's my first tour ever. Actually, the only one that's toured before is Mr. Nate Kieser here. So it's a new experience for all of us, but it's to be able to open for Andrew and to play for his fans, sold out basically every night, sold out crowds. It's a dream come true. It's really, really, really cool.
How's it been being away from home and family? Is it hard?
Yeah, it's definitely hard. I have 2 little girls at home, so it's my wife and my kids. It's definitely the longest I've ever been away from them, and it's tough. It's tough. But, it's kind of like one of those once in a lifetime opportunities that you can't turn down. So I'm lucky that they support it and they understand.
Yeah. How's it like being on tour with your brother-in-law? Has he mentored you guys in any way? Or?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he produced the entire album. He's the reason that this band was formed in the first place, because I went down and did an EP called All I've Got. With him and Jax Mannequin sat in on it, and we really loved the direction of the new sound, for me. And then that's when I met these guys. They're all local Santa Barbara musicians, and kind of all just came together that way. I met Mike Mooneyham at the bar, the local music club in Santa Barbara, and he referred me to Nate, who was doing session work up in San Ynez, and Marco and I went to college together.
Wow.
Yeah. Tell them about our bands, Marco.
We used to be little hippie kids, and we had a band called the Long-Haired Conspiracy. we both were the hippies of the group. Well, I guess kind of Nate's hair, but not as cool. It's straighter.
How's Andrew's fans been? They're pretty loyal. How's their reaction?
They're amazing. I mean, it's as soon as we show up to the venue at 3:30, there's people waiting outside, and it blows my mind the devotion that these people have for his music, and they're singing along to every single lyric, and it's really inspiring. It kind of gives us a glimpse of something that maybe we could aspire to and become one day. So it's been a real eye-opener, I think, for all of us.
Your new album, what was your inspiration behind it?
Well, I mean, all the songs were definitely written from the heart, a lot of love songs and a lot of kind of storytelling about my own life or people that I know, and so that was kind of the base of it. And that's why it's called On Our Side, which is based on the last tune on the record, track 12, is entitled On Our Side as well. And the message is kind of cliche, and it is what it is. It's like love is on our side, and that's kind of the one constant thing that can pull you through your struggles in life. So I think that's the main theme of everything. And I just need these guys to come in and spice it up and make it groove. So we found a way to incorporate some really rhythmic feel to these acoustic tunes to try to give it its own feeling. And thank God for Nate Kieser, because
we like to bring the jungle folk, and Andrew started it. It was when they first recorded My Love. They were able to come up with a really killer drum line. I think J-Mac was just messing around with something really cool, and it came out. They recorded three or four different drum loops for that song, and then it ended up coming out with something really cool and jungle folky. It really inspired me to join the band, because I like to play parts that are beyond 2 and 4.
Yeah.
I've been playing drums for a long time, and I like to show it.
Yeah.
So this band is like a perfect example of how to let us all expand our skills that we've been working on, just waiting for Erland to finally come along and take us out of our doldrums and is pretty unique. A Moog is an old school analog foot keyboard, basically, that is like, I don't think anyone these days are really playing, at least definitely not in the Americana country acoustic modern rock realm, you know, that we kind of fill.
Rock and roll.
It's rock and roll. It's definitely rock and roll, but you know, to have like sort of like a rhythm section that's bringing sort of the thunder, and he's bringing like the beautiful songs with melodies and love, you know. And then we got Marco on top putting salsa everywhere. He's got all these great guitar lines and keyboard lines that really add to the music that you wouldn't really expect. You, if they were gone, you wouldn't know any better, but having them, like, it's just like it just makes the band way cooler than just your average like
Marco's our modern indie edition.
It's like,
because these songs are pretty basic, and based on the production, it could go either way. You know, the songs could be done in a very traditional way, and I think Andrew helped us create a modern sound, and then I think having someone like Marco and, you know, just all of these guys, it really kind of complemented that. So it seemed like it was all kind of meant to be, you know, just everything fell into place.
You started off as a solo act, right?
I did, and only because I was playing in a band in Santa Barbara called Walking West, which is like an all country band. And then Andrew, you know, was like, hey, I really love your new tunes. You know, we've been giving music back and forth for years and years. So finally he was like, you gotta come to the studio and cut a song at least. So we went in and we did My Love, and Jack's Mannequin came and played on that, Bobby and Jay, and actually Mike, the newest member, Mike Wagner, newest member of Jack's Mannequin, who still plays with Andrew now. And that was it. You know, we did the song, and I was like, okay, this is the sound, this is the direction, and it all spiraled from there. So I'm really lucky to have a band, because that's such a big part of it. You know, I never wanted to be like a solo artist. You know, I just feel like it's so played out. And I'm a big fan of bands. You know, I love the Beatles, and you know, something that's collective. I don't know, it just makes it more special for me.
When you were younger, you got a lot of mixtapes?
I did. I used to make them. I used to make mixtapes for all sorts of stuff, but we would travel around a lot growing up. So, and I remember that was kind of the big spark for my personal musicianship, was just having, you know, getting to sit in the car and listen to songs for hours. I still love to do that. You know, I'll go drive and park somewhere and listen to our mixes and whatnot, and just kind of zone out. I think all musicians are kind of like that.
Yeah. Are there any you remember specifically, or?
You know, the mixtapes that I was making were burned onto tape from my parents' record collection.
Oh wow.
So we had this boom box, and I would play the CD, obviously, and press record on the tape cassette, you know. And we still had a tape cassette player in our band at that time. And so it was just songs that I liked off certain random records. I mean, like the Eagles, and I remember loving a song off like the Don Juan DeMarco soundtrack, like random stuff like that, you know, classical songs, and, you know, Chet Baker, just like such an assortment of just different kinds of music. So
Ace of Base.
Ace of Base. Yeah, man. Ace of Base made it on there. Tears for Fears. Good band. Shout, let it all out. That made it on one of those days. Shout.
Awesome.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Thanks for chatting with us today.
My pleasure. My pleasure. It was awesome to meet you guys, and thanks for coming up into this insanely warm,
Thank you.
smelly sauna.
Don't you go dying. Remember that at least I'm trying. It seems like you're searching for something. Sweet love, I hope that you find